Alabama trounced Middle Tennessee State. They beat them boys 56-7. They gave them a spanking, keeping it PG-13. Jalen Milroe looked damn good against Middle Tennessee State. And I know it's Middle Tennessee State, but he had one touchdown run, his first touchdown run of the game, where it looked like the play was about to be a disaster, and he turned nothing into something. He scored a touchdown. This dude, when he decides to tuck and run, is one of the deadliest quarterbacks in all of college football. And if he plays really good against Texas, I don't see how Alabama doesn't walk out of that game with the victory. Against Middle Tennessee State, he looked pretty good as a passer. He was 13 of 18. He threw 3 passing touchdowns, no picks, and he has a really strong arm. His accuracy is hit or miss at times. He does miss some of the easy short throws here and there, but I think if you're Alabama, Jalen Milroe gives you a really good chance at being able to beat Texas. Even though he may not be the best, most polished passer, his athleticism is going to be able to bail you out of a lot of tough situations. And as long as you can keep this game within one score, I don't think that Alabama has anything to really be concerned about. Jalen Milroe was highly touted coming out of high school. He has all the physical tools to be a great quarterback, at least a great collegiate quarterback, with how well he runs the football. Alabama and their new offensive coordinator have obviously game planned around Jalen Milroe's skill set. And Texas, they do have a better defense going into this year's matchup compared to last year, especially with the addition of Jalen Catalon, who transferred from Arkansas. He was one of the better safeties in the SEC last year when he was healthy. So Alabama's offense is definitely going to get tested against Texas, but I definitely think Alabama can have success running the football on that Texas defense. Alabama has one of the best offensive lines in college football if we're just going off pure talent, and that offensive line definitely looked really impressive against Middle Tennessee State. And I know it's Middle Tennessee State. There's not really a lot of takeaways from that game. There's not really a way you can properly judge Alabama due to the talent discrepancy. But that offensive line just had a different attitude in that game that we haven't seen out of the Crimson Tide offensive line in a few years. Against Texas, this is going to be a tight game. It is going to be very close. But Jalen Milroe, I think out of all the quarterbacks that Alabama has on the roster, gives them the best chance to win. With the other quarterbacks, they don't have the athleticism that Jalen Milroe has, and they probably aren't the best passers. Jalen Milroe, he's not a great passer, but at least you can find ways to win with that athleticism. Read options, design quarterback runs. I don't think Texas defense is going to be able to keep Jalen Milroe from breaking off any big runs. He has very good vision. He's kind of like a running back when he decides to run the football. In Alabama, this isn't their first time having to win with a quarterback that has a Jalen Milroe kind of skill set. Y'all remember Blake Sims? When Alabama went all the way to the championship or the playoffs and they got trounced by Ohio State when they had Blake Sims at quarterback, Jalen Milroe is like a way more athletic version of Blake Sims. If Alabama can have success with Blake Sims, they should be able to win with Jalen Milroe. Tommy Rees, he's not a bad offensive coordinator. He's like a B-tier offensive coordinator that's on his way up. He was very fantastic at Notre Dame. I think Alabama's offense is in good hands with Jalen Milroe at quarterback. I don't think that Texas is going to be able to completely neutralize Jalen Milroe because of how great of an athlete he is with the ball in his hands. The moves that he's able to put on you, his elusiveness, his vision. I think Jalen Milroe can be trusted against Texas.